So I went on the worst first date of my life yesterday, and I have to speak about it. Just for context, this was not like a random Hinge date. This is a guy who had followed me on Instagram for over a year and had very much been the one pursuing a first date. We were meant to actually be going on a date this evening, but the guy doesn't live in London. He messaged me being like, oh, well, I'm actually going to be up for Taste of London. And I was like, oh my God, I've always wanted to go to Taste of London, but never been. He was like, you should definitely come. Why don't we swap out tomorrow for that instead? And I was like, wait, hold on. Are you going with people? Like, I don't want to gate crash. And he was like, oh no, don't worry. I'm just going with a couple of people from work, but I'll be with them before you arrive. And when you arrive, you and I can go off and do our own thing.
I personally wouldn't take this risk. I wouldn't risk meeting a man that I don't know for a first date while he's with other people, because I don't know. He will have to promise to truly leave the other people whenever he sees me, make me just say hi to them, and then we leave. We're with one another and that's it, nobody else. When I go on a first date, I'm usually in a mindset or in a position of power, or at least that's how I like to look at it, because I like to think this is my time to see if I like this person or not, if this person could be a life partner, possibly a husband, because we're talking about dating for marriage here. That's all I talk about on this channel. So I would be the one still being kind and respectful to the man, but I will be the one assessing whether he's good enough for me or not, while still showing him who I am and letting him decide from his end if he's gonna like me or not. But I usually don't like to worry about that. I worry about whether I like this guy or not, evaluating my feelings about them. So now if I'm with many different people, his friends or his colleagues or whoever that is, I would probably worry about being kind to them too. Even if I'm not interested in them romantically, I still don't want to come off as a rude person. So I will have to socialize with them, smile, and try to impress them, as opposed to going on a romantic date and trying to see if that person could be a potential life partner. So now the tables have turned and I am the one trying to impress not just this one man, but a group of people. This doesn't work for me, and this would be something that will make me anxious.
I turn up, first of all, literally cannot find this man. Like, arrive, there's no phone service anywhere. And bear in mind, we've never met in person before. So I know what he looks like in photos, but that doesn't always necessarily translate to recognizing someone in person. Anyway, finally find him in his group. He gets up to give me a hug. Everyone else just kind of looks at me and is like, hi. I got really bad vibes from the girls who were there, which I guess maybe they felt like I was crashing. I don't know. That's not how it was presented to me when I was invited. But then he's like, oh, everyone's finished their champagne, so why don't we go and get some more? And one of the girls he's with is like, can you get a nicer champagne than that one that we were just drinking? Which, already red flag.
Well, if she said that, if she said to bring some wine that's better than the one they were drinking, that shows me that it wasn't all just in your head. She doesn't like you. She doesn't like having you around, because what she's doing here is show you that she can make silly demands. When it comes to this man, she can talk to him in this way. She can send him on a goose chase to try and find a better wine or a better champagne or whatever she asked. And she may possibly even blame him later when he fails at doing that in front of you. So she's trying to show that this is her group of people, her circle of friends or colleagues or whoever, whatever, and that you are in fact not welcome. Unfortunately, most men are not going to be able to sense that their date that they invited is not receiving good vibes from the rest of the group and being unwelcome. She doesn't like having you around. She wants to show that she has more authority over that man, or that she can make silly demands like this when talking to him in front of a stranger too. And this guy, first of all, why didn't he leave? When your date showed up, you said and you explained that you're gonna just say hi to her and then leave and do your own thing with her. You took the time to explain all that, but then you still did not leave. Apparently, you're still gonna go find some wine or champagne or whatever it is and bring it back to the group. Why are you still with these people?
Anyway, we get the champagne for everyone. We go back. And then anyone who knows Taste of London, the whole point is going to go and experience the food, walk around, get a load of freebies, see all of the different brands there. When I tell you, this group was literally sat, not moving the entire time. And do you know what? If it was really great vibes in the group, that would be a different thing. But it wasn't like at all. The vibes were really off. And also the guy had said that we would just go off, the two of us. We literally sat there the entire time with this big group of people. And then I was like, okay, well, I want to go around, see some of the food, etc. And he was like, yeah, cool, I'll come with. So we go up and get the food.
I mean, not to sound insecure and weird or too introverted or whatever you want to call it on a first date, but I would definitely grab this opportunity now that I'm with this guy alone to tell him, oh, should we go somewhere else now? I met your friends. I got to see them. Or should we go and focus on our date now? And I will leave the ball in his court because I can't leave it like this. I can't leave it in this gray area where I can still give him the benefit of the doubt. I will communicate in a clear way that I'd rather leave. And then guess what? If he brushes it off or if he refuses or whatever or talks me out of it, then I will blame him without feeling any guilt and without feeling like I didn't try. It will be on him at that point. So I would have definitely mentioned, should we go somewhere else now and get to know one another? I would have definitely thrown that out there and see how he acts.
Now, I wanted to go around all of the freebie stalls. He clearly wasn't interested in anything free. Anyway, we went to go and get a ramen thing, which he wanted. And then I was in the mood for some pasta. So we went to the Italy store there and I got a cannelloni and he wanted some fried cheese thing. So I got that for him as well and I paid. Now bear in mind, I also paid for my ticket to go to Taste of London in the first place. Not that I've got any issue with paying for it, but if I'm paying for it, I do also want to get my money's worth out of the event, which I definitely felt like I wasn't getting. Anyway, I took the fried cheese thing and he took the cannelloni. We go back to his group of friends, sit down. He puts the cannelloni in his friend's lap. His friend proceeds to eat the entire thing. Literally my dinner that I paid for. I'm sat there with a block of fried cheese on my lap. I didn't even want this.
Uh-oh. First of all, he made you pay for your own dinner while he was in your presence. And it's just a little dinner that you got from a stand, I imagine, because you said you already pay separately to come to the event. So it must have been not that expensive anyway. He let you pay for it and then he takes it, steals it from you and serves it to another girl that actually eats it. And he puts this block of cheese that he just got because he wants to get something on your lap or in your hands. Obviously, he's not going to eat that. I know what you're talking about. I've seen it in mukbangs on YouTube. It's just this big fried block of cheese. Nobody ends up eating. Yes, it could be something for a group of people because everyone is going to have a single bite out of it. But it's definitely not something that you could have for dinner. I'm no longer going to say, man, I like this or like that, or they may not sense what's happening or not realize, because clearly this guy saw that you paid for that pasta. He took it from you. He put it on another girl's lap. He must have known that she's eating your dinner, that she's eating what you were planning on having for the night, because clearly these people are just sat in one place. They're not moving around. Obviously, that was your only chance. Perhaps one of the only times where you're going to stand and look around and you got something to eat and now he makes it disappear in someone else's stomach. Also, this group of friends is just weird and bizarre and definitely rude because you two clearly didn't leave to go get things for the group. You came back with 2 plates, one in your hands and the other in his, meaning you got things for yourselves, right?
Peppering in some other insights of the evening. One of the girls that he was with literally verbatim said, I just wish there was an ability to pay someone else to go and get my food because I can't be asked with the queues. I would definitely pay someone else to do it for me. Sorry. Then time is moving on and I was like, do you know what? I'm having a shit time and I want to feel like I've actually been to Taste of London. So I was like, again, I think I'm going to go up and go around some of the food stalls, try the freebies out. This man has been to Taste of London 3 times. Tell me why. We went up to one of the stalls and got a free thing. He was like, I didn't realize you could get free food here. That's literally the point in the event. I do not understand. Anywho, it's getting towards the end of the evening. We've been sat with his friends the entire time. He's like, what's your plan? And I was like, it ends at 9:30, right? So I was like, I'll probably go home. It's a work night. And he starts ringing all of his friends being like, lads, are you still out? Ringing his friends, basically completely ignoring me. Girl that he's with, gets on the phone and is like, oh yeah, we'll get a black cab to you guys. We'll be there in 20 minutes. So then event ends.
Clearly, this guy does not consider this a first date. He doesn't care about your well-being. He doesn't care about what you want to do. If you want to go somewhere else, he doesn't ask you at any point. You would think that he will try and extend this first date and go somewhere else with you and be more apologetic or focused on you, at least if he doesn't realize what he did wrong. because now you just spend the entire first date with his group of friends, his rude group of friends. Let's clarify that. And you would think that he will make an effort like that, but he doesn't. He doesn't suggest staying with one another or going somewhere else, just the two of them. He's interested in staying with the group still. This tells me he just called you there because it makes him look like this person that knows many people, that made a friend show up. And clearly you're a brave woman, a strong woman. And that friend or whoever, because I doubt that he said this is a first date. Everyone will find that extremely weird. They may even tell him off and say, why are you asking your first date to come join us? We're in a group outing. So I doubt that he said this is a first date. Maybe he said this is a friend of mine that is going to join us, or I'm just meeting someone that I'm dating or I'm seeing, because these people have no clue that this is a first date. And he already knew that it was going to be ruined. He's not going to focus on you. He's going to stay with his group of friends, because if he had any plans on focusing on you alone, he would have left. So he didn't care because it's a first date. He already counted you as someone who's going to just go and disappear and never show her face again to him, because he knew it's going to be embarrassing and uncomfortable for you when he stays with his friends, but he still chose to do this to you. It's just a first date. After all, he has nothing to lose. It's not like he was invested or he made an effort with you already and he's going to ruin it now. It's not like this is your seventh date. Each was just a first date. So he doesn't mind making this effort for a first date of calling you and summoning you and making that effort to make you show up, to make you believe that he's nice and that there's potential there. And then once you show up, he just wants to use you to show his friends that, look at me, I can just summon this random girl and make her come and make her want to impose on us, like, because she wants to be with me. I'm that cool.
No questions on where I'm going, whether I'd like to come and join the group. We're all walking. All of the wardens there are like, this way to Baker Street, you've got to go to Baker Street. And they're like, oh, well, we're getting in a black cab, so can we sneak through here and get out? And the guy was like, yeah, nobody asked to see how I was getting home. They then walk straight out, hail a black cab, all of the girls get in, and he's like, just turns to me, and I was like, well, I'm getting the tube home. And he was like, all right, yeah, nice to meet you. Gives me a hug, hops in the cab, doesn't ask how I'm getting home, doesn't say, let me know when you get in, nothing like that. So that was basically the worst date I've ever been on. Basically a group date with this guy and all of his friends as a first date. He also has since had the audacity to say, thanks for the evening. And then when I didn't respond to that message, because I didn't think it warranted a response, said, all okay, ?
So that's it. She doesn't tell us if she replied to that or not. It seems like she left it at that. And I think that just ignore this guy. Don't spend any more effort on him after he put you through all of this. And the worst thing about this entire date, yes, it's all a disaster. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it in any way. But the worst thing is that he took your dinner that you paid for and he served it to someone else. He fed it to another girl. There are men that are cheap and take you on a walk for a day. And there are men that ask to split the bill or ask you, say they lost their wallet, whatever. But nothing can beat this one, because he took you to a place where there's a lot of food, where you get to see and smell different types of food. You're hungry, you want to eat something, he lets you select something, he lets you pay for it. And then he goes back to his group of friends where you have to sit and you have to stay there, even if your dinner is literally getting eaten by someone else. Your dinner that you selected and paid for. It's ridiculous. It can't get worse than this. So clearly, if you enjoyed this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want real guidance, if you are a single woman strategically and actively dating for marriage, I have created a program that will hopefully help you meet your most suitable match and potential husband within ideally 6 months to a year. If this sounds like something of interest, go ahead and join my community. You will find the link for it in the description box under this video, and you will find the program I just spoke about in the classroom section of that community. And for now, I will say you take care of yourself, and I will see you there.